So, the BBC documentary African Eye, where disciples of late Temitope Balogun Joshua, popularly known as TB Joshua, the man in the synagogue, the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, SCOAN. Well, this video shook social media, not because we've not been seeing clips, confession, statement, testimonies of those who have been part of that church. Evelyn Joshua, she is in charge of the church right now, and somehow she cannot pull the crowd that our husband pulled back in those years. Why? Because TB Joshua's church is a spiritual church, it's a prophetic church. Now, did Prophet TB Joshua see ahead what was going to happen as regards BBC documentary and, in quote, betrayal by those that were close to him, disciples as they call them? Let us watch TB Joshua speak and we will talk more.
My 30 years as a prophet, ministers of God, because of what you people have been doing to me, I've graduated. Look at the crowd in the church. If we gather this crowd today, all of us here together, hardly we will see one or two people that have not once upon a time rebuked me, banned me. That man, banned, he rebuked. Hardly we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of this crowd that have not once upon a time. But the story have changed. Because of that, when I'm in your midst, God will say, remember your people. Say, okay, your people. Did God call you people? My people. Say my people. That is the name God called you. And you know the meaning of my people. When they say my people, my people, my people. Say my people, my people. So when I want to deliver message, I talk to you in parable. What does it cost to tell you the exact what is going to happen? But if I said it, I learned my lesson from the game Africa Cup. When Nigeria wanted to play the game, and I said to Nigeria here, you are going to lose. This is a game I'm saying you are going to lose. And the game was 2 weeks ahead. The whole television in Nigeria, they turn it on me. They beam me. They say, if we win the game, we will come to synagogue. We make sure we put fire. We destroy the church. Humiliation was so much. Now, a lot of things I've seen. If I say the protection of God is so much in me, what of you? You that are always with me, I should consider your own protection too. You know, there was in the past we used to do vigil. You see the opposite side there. We bought almost 4 transformers. Each vigil, they will bomb the transformer. And when they cannot enter church to come and do that, they will bomb the transformer. Bah! There's nothing. So the message was given to me, what has happened, and what has happened there, and what will happen next by me. God has shown me everything. But I say, God, give me a parable. I will talk to these people in parable, because they have different channel for TB Joshua. Now maybe this, Ina. I say Ina. It's very important to discover yourself. What I'm talking about is our destiny. If I'm not operate on my destiny, if I'm not given the spiritual gift to operate, what I'm going through, what I've been going through in the past is enough to send me packed. There's nothing. I look at the apostle in the Bible. I look at the trial and temptation they went through. And I now begin to compare myself to, I see that, history will tell us about my trial and persecution. What you, Nigeria, you have done to me is terrible. It's terrible. The most persecuted pastor. Not only that, there's nothing I have not gone through in this country. So there's need for you to know your calling. If you don't know your calling and you are operating whatever you become, it does not take these people a second to bring you down. If you are not operating on your calling is your gift, spiritual gift. If you are not operating on that level, whatever you become, if you become the richest man in the world, in the night, it does not take them anything. And the beginner is not the owner, but the finisher. It does not take him anything.
Welcome back. A lot have been said about the Synagogue Church of All Nations. The founder of the church, late Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua. Mystery surrounds him. And this is often the case when you wield so much influence. Can I say power? Yeah. We saw native doctors. We saw spiritualists. We saw a lot of people visit TB Joshua's church. In fact, we even saw prophets. They call themselves prophets. So I'm going to say self-acclaimed prophets leave their own church, visiting TB Joshua's church because they could not understand. They cannot fathom. They dug deep. I'm talking about those that can tell you your phone number, the amount of temperature your freezer has. You know, those type of people that will tell you where you put your laundry without being there. You know, those that could call out your phone number, even your bank account. Some of them exercise this spiritual ability, even though some of them are fake and false. But TB Joshua shook Africa. He did. He shook the world. They search. They want to know, how did he do it? He structured his ministry in a way that no one has ever. He picked from the best. According to what we heard from those who were close to him, they said TB Joshua spends time watching various tele-evangelists. He looks at what they do, polishes it, and presents himself. Now, he looks at their flaw, their weakness, error, and rearrange it. But behind all of this, who is TB Joshua? Who called TB Joshua? Is TB Joshua really of God? That is the question. That is what people want to. Is TB Joshua a prophet that people misunderstood? Is TB Joshua called by God? Is TB Joshua doing the work of Lucifer? What exactly is this? That has always been the bone of contention till today. Now, the interview that BBC granted, people came out and they said things. Those that worked with him on his spiritual mountain, at least one of them, and few of they call them maid, even though they are guys. They tend to the private matters of TB Joshua. Laundry, wash his room, clean his apartment. You know, when TB Joshua passed away, the video people saw, the picture people saw was that of this humility, humble. They saw the living room of TB Joshua and they said, wow, imagine TB Joshua, look at his room. Imagine the apartment and room of many of our daddy Geos. People don't know that TB Joshua did not live in the same room, apartment, ever with Evelyn Joshua, the wife. That place you saw is Evelyn's room. That is where she stays. That is her own apartment. TB Joshua lived at the top of the church. They call it five-story building. According to those that lived with him, that tend to his private matters, they said that place is expensively furnished. Curtains are imported. Rug, Turkish, Saudi Arabia, everything is fresh. They said he lived a life of affluence, rich life, not what you see on TV, which is not a crime. It's just that people thought that TB Joshua is this, is that. TB Joshua lived the life that he wanted, but he didn't do it in front of the camera. TB Joshua is a master of TV camera. He knows how to operate. He knows how to work with it. And they said he's not educated. Education varies. You can be streetwise. That's a form of education. You don't have to sit down in the four walls of a classroom and learn a particular learn a particular language or learn about mathematics and that. No, that's not all that. TB Joshua schooled himself and he got it right. You don't need a university to give you a certificate before you say, no, not at all. He was a master in what he did. He was a master in what he did. Also, TB Joshua is also said to be a student of Professor Pella. We heard about that too. A student of Professor Pella. Directly or indirectly, I do not know. But what I know is that all of those people that spoke on BBC, they cannot all be lying. No, not at all. They might probably add one or two things to what they said to make it appear, the way it is. But all of what they said, there are truths in it. That's it. Regardless, TB Joshua's wife said some, there is this lady that came. She was divorced. She was this. I was standing in a corner watching every time people female go to see TB Joshua. I'm always hanging in a corner to observe and see. I'm a woman. What does that tell you? It tells you that she was also not secure. She saw and, she's seen. You know what I mean? So, people who are thinking that TB Joshua is a saint, well, you've made a big mistake. He's not a saint. I'm not saying that he's a sinner because none of those things are privy to us. But those that are there are the ones that will tell you there's a difference between being a member of a church and being a worker of a church and being, living in with the pastor. Just like how you see your pastor now. Let's say your pastor, priest, prophet, or whatever that you have. Your cleric, the way you see them, the respect you give to them is different from those that live with them. Because he will always present himself how he wants you to see. But those that live with him, they have a different view of who he is. So what is your thought about this one? Drop your comment. Because social media is still on fire till date. People are, different people who say TB Joshua is their mentor, who design their own ministry or wish to design their ministry like that of TB Joshua. Many of them, they said those people that came out to talk about TB Joshua, they are false, they are liars.